Been listening to some Ween. That's been real fun. You need to become a landing pad. You need to become a landing pad for the things you want in life. If you want a helicopter, this is something Terrence McKenna I heard say. If you want a helicopter to land, you have to make a landing pad. Or he was talking about aliens, spaceships, I think. You need to create a landing pad for the alien spaceship, for what you want in your life, for these things. If you want to see aliens, you need to create a landing pad. If you want to write songs, you need to create a landing pad. If you want to write movies, you need to create a landing pad for these things to come into your life. It means clearing off shrubbery. That means Facebook, social media, too much time doing that, worrying about other things. Whatever it is. I don't know, man. That's where my metaphor's at. I'm just thinking about that. I'm thinking about how I need to become a landing pad. How I'm doing better at that. Meditating twice a day is the key, dude. It really fucking is, man. It's the fucking key. To me, it's the fucking key, man. Hearing like Seinfeld talk about how he wish he would have double meditated. Oh, it's so fun to meditate. Oh my God. Transcendental meditation. Look it up. You can find a YouTube video of a guy explaining how to do it. It's real fun. It's a mantra meditation you do in your mind quietly for whatever. And when I'm doing it, I'm helping create a landing pad for me. And when I'm working out and when I'm reading books and listening to good music and really consciously cultivating and curating good art into my life, I'm going to make better stuff and be better and have better like conversations. And B, I don't know if this is B already, but I'm going to just enjoy things more because I'm fucking enjoying the art and doing this stuff. And it's just fun, dude. You're just more things on your plate, more different kinds of food on your plate for you to eat. Anyway, I was talking to my friend. I ran into this guy yesterday at the, he goes by My Acoustic Heart. He's a musician. We were talking, and I ran into him at the grocery store yesterday. He just had a gallon of milk. That's all he was getting. I was stoned. I got cornbread and some other things. And I was just saying to the guy, I was like, we were just talking, and he was like, man, you made a lot of music. And I was just talking about like, that's all I did though, and it's really all I did. I didn't do much else besides that. So it's kind of one of the ways I did that. We were talking about that, but this idea that I came up with, because I told him, I was like, but I took kind of a break the last few years to just live a life, see what life was like, just to be, I don't know, to just be in the world. I think I know what it was like to be in the world for the first time, really, and be a human. I can have little chubby cheeks right here, and I don't know. I was talking to him, and I was like, what I realized was, it never ends, man. There's no like if you're an inventor or creative or whatever it is, like you don't just make the Tesla car and you're like, cool, we got a Tesla. It's like you work all this time and you make the Tesla. You could drive around for a little bit, but you're going to come up with new ideas, and you should want to make it better and do better, because it's just like, that was just part of the battle, was to get to the Tesla, right? You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying, dude? Like kids are, when you play as a kid, you got to go to bed and you got to like stop playing. But you don't ever really stop playing. You just take breaks from playing, And if you just stopped playing, you wouldn't be enjoying being a kid, because you wouldn't be playing. This is for like all you audio like nut people. I've always worn these headphones during my podcast. I haven't set up the audio output to put them into my headphones, so I've been listening to absolutely nothing. So I'm just kind of watching the levels. But kids don't just go, I'm done playing forever. I guess there is a point where kids go from playing to hanging out, and what a travesty that is when junior high happens. But This is maybe better so you can see my face a little bit more. But the playing doesn't end. It doesn't end. There's always playing. There's no like end point to the play. You're not like, I'm done playing. I've conquered the play. And that's how like making art is and all that stuff. There's no end. Something you do. Lawrence Kasdan said, when you become a writer, or Lawrence Kasdan wrote episode 9. When you become a writer, it's like giving yourself homework for the rest of your life. Okay, I went over the landing pad. there were some other things I wanted to talk about. Maybe that was them. Maybe that was it. Sorry for clearing my throat. I guess I should drink a water. One moment, please. Let's take a little break, play a little song by Ween. This song is called Is This What Diener Was Talking About? And goes a little something like this. The wash is out, it's hanging up, and all I have is nothing. Nothing to do, nothing to say. I think I must be dreaming. The sun comes. I've already fucked it up. Let me try again. The wash is out, it's hanging up, and all I have is nothing. Nothing to do, nothing to say. I think I must be dreaming. The sun comes up and I'm all washed out. Is this what Dina was talking about? I don't think I'll ever return again, my friend. If I was king, I'd wear a ring and never hurt my people. I'd stay alert, I'd dress to kill. I might even slip you something. The sun comes up and I'm all washed out. Is this what Dina was talking about? I don't think I'll ever return again, my friend. I do not think I'll ever return again, my friend. Ween! They did it! They did it. They wrote a bunch of great songs, a bunch of great albums. They're out there playing live, still rocking it. Huge influence. Huge influence, man. I love them so much. And just, they're badass. Check out Ween if you haven't checked out Ween. Let's see here. What? Tell me all your thoughts on God. That's what I'm going to do, I guess. I think that's what I was going to do today. I think this episode was going to be about that. I think I talked about landing pads. I talked about Tesla vehicles. I swear I had something else, another thing, but it doesn't matter. These things, they pop up. I'll bring them up. I'll get it done. I will tell my ideas. They pop up. They're these things that come and they ruminate and they keep. There's a reason. If you have idea a lot, there's a reason you're having this idea a lot. You need to process it, do something with it. You know what I mean? You're getting these ideas, I think, for a reason, because I think we're like radios getting signals and shit. You know what I mean, man? Think about how many times you've gone against your instinct, and how many times then I guess you could have gone with your instinct and things could have still gone bad. I don't know. But I just feel like there's so many times I've gone against my instinct and been like, oh, I should have done that thing. Like I thought I was gonna slip on that, and then I did slip on that. Okay. Tell me all your thoughts on God. I had a friend the other day, and he was talking about how we just something came up about how how he's like, everyone, like people, not everyone, but he's like, you sound really religious and you seem really religious, and um, people think you're really religious because you talk about God a lot. It's something like that. And I was like, okay, well, yeah. I mean, okay, God is a word, and I guess there's just a lot of different definitions. And so I'll do my hippy dippy little blippy flippy about what I think about um, when I think about what God is or what that word means to me. And, kind of going back on some level to the episode of South Park. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the episode about, it's like about how Imaginationland, I think is what it's called. And it's really just about, the last end of the episode is like, is it called Imagine? Yeah, it is. The last of the, it's kind of the fucking ending thing of the episode is like, okay, yeah, like Harry Potter isn't real. Gandalf and Luke Skywalker aren't real, but they're pretty real in a way because they we know what we're talking about right now. You know what I mean? Like we know. So I mean, they're fiction, I guess, but they're also real, and they're real in a sense that they embody elements. Superman's real. That's why like people got mad, in Man of Steel when he like snapped Zod's neck, because people were kind of like, I don't think Superman would snap this guy's neck. I think he would send him to the Phantom Zone or something like that, And it's whatever. There's different interpretations of this stuff, but I think people, it was like Jesus spitting on the poor. It's like, okay, well, you can make a movie where Jesus spits on the poor, but it doesn't really align with the ideals that you do, like whatever the fucking Aries and all these different gods and these symbols and these things. And so what God is to me, I guess, is just everything. It's probably like a pantheistic way of looking at it. um but and I guess it's kind of nonsensical, maybe a word that doesn't, but I think it's better than the universe. I like, whatever, say whatever you want, but people are like, the universe this, the universe that. It's, well, you're just talking about God, essentially, but in a way you're defining. I don't think God's like a white dude or a thing. More what I would think religiously or metaphysically is that there are different dimensions and beings in different dimensions that are like higher beings in these. Look at my little kitty. Look at my little kitty go up those steps. Oh, what a girl. What a sweet little kitty girl. Oh, she's so cute. Oh, there she goes. Up the steps. What a little sweetheart. I know she's so. You're going to hate me. I know she's overweight, okay? I don't know how to get my kitty to not be overweight. Okay, I guess she's going to walk up those. I'll do something about it. I promise. I promise. I'm working on it. Someone said to me yesterday, actually, that if I give her wet food, dog food, that maybe it's the carbs from the dry food. Who the fuck knows? But I'm gonna do something because I love my little kitty. She's a sweetheart. Really lost track. I don't think God's a white dude. Oh, dimensions. Yeah, like there's just other dimensions we don't know about. Edwin Abend had this book called like Flatland about like what a sphere is, and that kind of an idea. I think that's probably religiously probably where I would go. I would think that could be true, because I don't know. That's fine. I don't care what people think about it, but I feel like I've had experiences where I've been contacted by other dimensions, and I've heard voices that aren't my own, and maybe that's crazy, whatever. I don't know, man, but it's always been under like very certain circumstances of with drug use. So maybe you could just say it's drugs or whatever. But to me, it sure felt like people were talking to me, and I was getting information that wasn't from myself. Maybe, but it was a smarter person than I am, so I don't really know how that would work. And I had like a couple different experiences where I'm like, this woman's talking to me. I'm like, wow, this lady is really smart. I should listen to her. I should listen to what she has to say, and it's a lot harder said than done for me, because I have weaknesses, and I'm just a person that's trying to live in this life, and I'm internally going to be imperfect, and on some levels, and that's cool. And I think, here's what it is. This is the biggest idea I had. This is what this whole episode is about. We have to, for me, when I finished my 9th album and I was in the best shape of my life and I just felt so shitty. And what I've done the last few years, I had to mourn the idea that I was ever going to not be myself. Because I got all this stuff done. I was like, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to feel cool, and I'm going to love myself. And I felt pretty much exactly the same, but just with more albums and better looking abdomen. But I felt the same. And so what I had to do, and which was hard to do, and which I really did, and I had to really do it. I finally did it. I had to mourn the idea I would never not be me. No matter where I went, no matter what I did, I will always be me. I'll always be me. So I got to learn to love myself and this vehicle and the experience of being me, because it's always going to be the thing I'm experiencing. There's going to be different facets, different times, different everything. But things have changed enough in my life. I've had sex with enough hot chicks. I've had enough drugs. I've had enough, nice meals and things like that to know that, like, I'm me, and I've got some issues and I've got to work on them, and I can do better and be better, but there's nothing I can do that's going to escape me from me. And I'm glad to know that. I'm glad I've mourned that. And you can change. You can become really, really different, but it's a different version of you. So you can't escape you. And I'm glad I've mourned that. I'm dating. I'm online dating right now. I'm on Hinge. I've gone on one date. I'm going to go on another date next week. I'm dating. I'm like going to date. There's this chick I'm talking to on Hinge. She was like, oh, you should listen to the Duncan Trussell podcast. And I was like, let's just have some babies then. Why don't we just get together and have some childs? Because that sounds... I love Duncan Trussell. I mean, anyway, I want to live my authentic life. I think about, what I don't like about hippies a lot, or what I don't like about kind of like liberal hippie stuff, is it seems like it's trying to crush out the darkness, like that the darkness, there's no crushing the darkness. There's darkness. There's a moon, there's a sun, there's a day, there's a night. And I don't think there's an incorporation a lot of the times with that. And I like Duncan Trussell because I feel like he's very embracing of all aspects and all of the different just peaks and valleys of being a human being. And I don't know, man. I don't, enlighten. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm talking about right now, but I'm online dating. That was cool. And I don't know, man. Enlightenment. What is that? That's a weird thing, thinking about being enlightened. I don't know what that means. I don't think that's in the cards for me. But I can hopefully have a higher waves of thinking and better things. Because what I want to do, I just want to make great stuff. I want to make great art and infuse more greatness into this great world that we live in. there's a great foundation. We're standing on the shoulders of giants who have made really great things and been really great human beings. And I think to strive for greatness is how our species got where we are. And I think it's a natural part of who we are. And what we need to do is to strive to be great. And when I'm not aligned with that path, when I'm thinking the goal is to be great rather than to strive for greatness, I'm off the path. Because then you finish the Tesla and you're like, fuck, what am I supposed to do with this thing? Well, put some rocket launchers on it, dude. Put a Gatling gun on the back, man. Figure it the fuck out. Okay. I loved this. I loved this podcast. I had so much fun. I think I got all the ideas out. What does God mean to me? God is just like everything, God is like, God damn it, dude. God is like, oh my God. God is like everything, dude. It's it's like alchemy is an act of just everything is the process of God. And I don't think the interdimensional beings I'm talking about are necessarily God, but just the whole thing. They're gods to us, I guess, in some ways, maybe. I don't know. They live outside of space and time, right? But God itself being this force, this thing. Maybe it's good and bad. Maybe it's the forces together. Maybe it's not a separate thing. I don't know. I'm a human being. I'm like a little above an ant in my ability to comprehend the universe, I think, on some levels. I think we could meet a species and they would make us all look retarded. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, well, there's just people on Earth that make me look retarded, like Elon Musk, Tesla dude, right? So it's just like, imagine like a whole species that comes down and they're like, you think that? Well, you're retarded. Anyway, I'm sorry I said that word like 4 or 5 times. Just look up the definition of what it is. Mentally retarded, I guess I should have said more. But it's true, man. I don't know anything. I just want to make art, make good stuff. And I know I want to love a lady real bad. I just like ladies. Oh man, I'm excited. I'm having a good mood, man. I just got done. I'm gonna be feeling it the next couple days. I just had chemo yesterday and the day before, and Rituxan the day before yesterday, and medicines for my non-Hodgkin's lymphoma that I'm doing, treatment for that. And I'm feeling good today. Usually you feel good the day after the chemo, and then the day after, not so good. You kind of feel like you have the flu and it's not that fun. And so I'm going to have a not super fun physical day, but I have marijuana. I have You. I'm rewatching You, the TV show. I've got Adventure Time. I've got also really good movies and things like that. I've got a lot of things I could do, and I'm excited. But I'm feeling good, and I'm excited. I also guess can send you an update about that. I'm about halfway through, so when I'm over this hump of feeling sick and not feeling that great, like they have the flu, it takes like 4 or 5 days, and then you feel good for like 3 weeks, and that's really cool. And I'm very thankful to be here on this earth, in this planet, and to be in a time where I can get treatment and to do this. And I want to use these opportunities to make my fucking albums and my art and make a movie and do comedy and do this stuff because fuck it, man. People say you don't have time to do stuff, but that's just an excuse. I have plenty of time. I have plenty of time to do all that stuff and have friends and have like a nice life. I've got time. It's a matter of priority than anything else. Okay. Hey there, everybody in the World Wide Web. Thanks for listening to my podcast. Music, movies, comedy, and eating ass. Welcome to my my podcast. Welcome to my podcast. Welcome to my podcast. Welcome to my podcast. Welcome to my podcast. All right. I'll see y'all next week or whenever, the future. This is archived. I love you. Goodbye.